Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the TikTok transition workshop. If you haven't seen the intro in this playlist yet, go see that first. So today for this episode, we're going to be talking about the bread and butter, what most of you who are coming from TikTok in both fear and uncertainty of the looming of multiple TikTok bans over the last year and a half, or just tired of the instability and shadow banning of the platform. YouTube, which is what we were going to be offboarding you onto, that is absolutely a platform with its own problems. But it also is a platform that uses both mobile and desktop interfaces to different degrees. Let's get started by going over. The first thing we're going to talk about is the mobile platform of YouTube. And it's a little, and YouTube, unfortunately, like TikTok takes the Chinese app design philosophies of an everything app and incorporates that into itself. Everything you need about TikTok is within TikTok, except maybe Live Studio and desktop. YouTube is very much not the same, and I'm going to explain why. So, we're going to start with mobile because that is what most of you are familiar with. We will go to desktop later in the video. Desktop, just to warn you guys, is a much more robust and adept feature that definitely something you guys should consider. Worst case scenario, you guys can still use it by turning on desktop mode on Google Chrome or Safari or Firefox in your phone browsers, but we'll get to that later. This is the YouTube app, something you guys are relatively familiar with. Usually when you load up the app, it'll boot in the Shorts tab, which is right here. This is your familiar TikTok algorithm. There's a lot of things that are now at time of filming, which is when I'm filming these is basically the day Congress the TikTok ban passed the House. The YouTube app is remarkably similar in a lot of ways to the TikTok app in terms of interface and ease of use, but not quite. And I'll show you. When you hit down here as a creator, when you hit the plus button, you'll have this fancy little thing come up. You will have your posts and slide here. This brings you to your lives. Here, this brings you to create a short, which I'm going to warn you, the in-app shorts creation methods are very much not on par with TikTok. There are options available to you using the YouTube Create app, which is cringe, but I'll show you it because it is part of your toolkit. And lastly, uploading a normal video. This just takes videos from your phone. So there's two things to note here. One, you can only record up to 60 seconds in the short form in the YouTube app. Other things, you have to upload a straight video. These will appear in your YouTube dashboard as videos, or alternatively, in your YouTube studio under the content feed. Yes, there's an app for you to manage your videos that is separate from the YouTube app. I know it's not fantastic, but this app will allow you to select, say, this deck profile for Yu-Gi-Oh! I created, go to the edit button, and be able to edit things that you wouldn't normally be able to in the app, including tags, short remixing categories, and as well as other things as well, including your kappa things. Yeah, that's a thing. You have to if you have to signify either globally on your channel or in each video whether or not your thing is okay for kids. Don't worry. You make sure that unless you are making like Sesame Street type of content, always click no, and always make sure it's no, it's not for kids, and make sure that under age restriction says no, don't restrict my video to viewers over 18. That sounds contradictory because it is, but if you do any of these, it's going to severely restrict the amount of views your video can get by age gating it above 18 or adding it to the YouTube Kids app, which in turn adds a bunch of regulations to your video that you don't want. So the YouTube app itself is fine and dandy. You have your normal videos. your shorts, you have your shorts that are under 60 seconds. Your longer vertical form videos will end up again with your normal landscape videos, and you can also go live. But Evan, you might be asking, TikTok has a very verbose creation suite. What does that look like? Welcome to the YouTube Create app. The YouTube Create app is a newly launched thing from TikTok that is, if I'm being perfectly frank, relatively underwhelming. Let me take this clip from a stupid ass live stream I saw on TikTok where a guy is basically this is basically edging porn, where they basically are planning on popping a thing, blah 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 blah, whatever. This is the interface. You have simple editing, things like splitting here. You can add different filters, effects. All of the effects, unfortunately, are the effects are certainly lackluster comparatively. You do have things like cutouts, 3D glasses, things of that nature. That's all fine and dandy. You have the ability to adjust certain brightness and settings along with other things, among others. Basically, reformatting the thing. Typical like base TikTok stuff. You can up the speed, the volume of the audio, and you can also do audio cleanup. This is an interesting feature that basically uses AI to clean up the audio of the video, get rid of background noise, things of that nature. Your mileage may vary. This allows you to edit the orientation of the video. This will allow you to, if you wanted to orient this more toward, if you want to use the YouTube Create app to make a landscape thing, wouldn't advise it. There's better apps on mobile for that. And plenty of other things that I have not necessarily explored myself, because if I'm being perfectly fucking honest with you, I don't think this is a fantastic app, but is what we have access to. If you are on Android, I would highly, highly recommend getting a copy of UCut instead. It has a robust suite of video features. Let me just grab, say, this one of the animals being adorable. Press the arrow. You have an actual robust where you can overlay pictures, stickers, things of that nature. You can change the background. I can literally make it into a landscape portrait with the greatest of ease, as well as recording my own audio over top of the video and having it play as well. Hitting enter on that, cool. And I can also extend, shorten it, change it, and move it around. There are plenty of video, whether you're Android or Apple, there are plenty of video editing apps available on these marketplaces that are going to be better than YouTube Create. But if you want that YouTube Create integration and you don't want to have to go download songs directly that you want to use, this can be useful. Primarily because you can export it, change the aspect ratio up here, and it's a sleek, simple design that is familiar enough to, at least ergonomically, to TikTok that won't be too bad. Again, not fantastic, but there's one more thing I want to note. I think many of you, unless you are doing like deep cut edits of your TikTok content, a lot of you might be wondering, hey, Evan, that's all well and good. Where's the green screen feature? I'm going to show you the green screen feature. The green screen feature is here on the YouTube app, and you can use a green screen. So let's say I wanted to have this picture as my green screen. Here. You can't, this is the effect. And when you record, it's just a black background. Evan, you might be asking, how do you make it so it's not that? Here's the cringy part. You have to go into a separate app, whether it's YouTube Create or another one of your choice. You have to you have to turn the picture into a video that you want the length of the video to be. Bring it here under the green screen, click done, let it process, and now, as you can see up top here, the green screen actually works. And if you look up top, there's the hue of the bar had changed. This blue bar is your indicator on whether or not the green screen is working. Yes, it's very annoying that video green screen is the only thing that you're able to do. I did not make this decision. Again, TikTok had it better first. And so does, I think, technically Instagram. but we're using YouTube because the discoverability is better and all of that. But you already knew that. So you might be wondering, Evan, that's kind of mid. It is mid. But the thing that I want to note is the YouTube Shorts. On my TikTok, I have approximately 3,500 followers. On YouTube, I have about 10K. I want to show you the substantive difference between my what TikTok my TikTok views look like and what my YouTube Shorts views look like. So I'm going to show you my analytics page. I'm comparable on both sides, right? So let's take a little look see. These are my short analytics. YouTube Shorts for me has gotten me 103,000 views over the last 28 days, over the last month. I've been shown twice that in the last 28 days. I've gotten more likes and I've gotten 85 followers. Now let's look at TikTok by comparison. And I post almost daily. I post two to four TikToks a day. I post 4 shorts on YouTube every single day. Same amount, roughly, or give or take. 69, nice, roughly, K views on TikTok. More likes, albeit it's easier to get likes on TikTok. Less comments, less shares, less unique viewers. I got more in a month than I got in 2 months with TikTok in terms of video viewership. And a lot of this is relatively recent because for some reason, the videos that I have been posting recently have been hitting better in the algorithm. 300, like 9,000 here, 300, 300, 300, 300, 1,500, 900, 500, 300, 700. I normally get about 250. I'm averaging 100 or more views now, just randomly. If we remove the last 6 days, let's just take from January 14th to February 14th. There's your answer. Now I want to be very clear that TikTok, contrary to what people might say, has different rules compared to YouTube. TikTok is much more stringent about what they perceive to be bullying. This can usually manifest in the shadow banning of people calling out other people for their BS, shadow banning of BIPOC creators, and just a general difficulty to hit your stride unless you're a certain type of demographic or niche, or just the algorithm just felt nicely that day. Now, I'm not saying that the YouTube algorithm is any nicer. It's not. But if I just take a casual gander down my visibility, public, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, public, visibility, public, why I am bad. Some rough views, fine. Oh, 41, 16, 39, 14. Oh, shit, 2K, 5K. Shit, 6K, 3K. Hundreds. Some videos do better than others, and just because my YouTube gaming clips weren't doing well recently, they were doing perfectly fine about a week ago. It depends, but on average, I'm getting more views on YouTube than I am on TikTok. So don't feel like giving up your 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K follower account is necessarily going to it's going to fuck you. It's not. What you need to do is just start the process of downloading all your content. Don't get me wrong. Watermarks suck, but we are kind of in a position at the moment where, downloading your watermarks is kind of critical. If you want there are some options for download. There are apps you can get to download. Um, there are apps you can get to download your TikToks and without watermarks. One of those is going to be Hit Paw Video Converter. That was not the right thing I was supposed to hit. I was supposed to say Hit Paw Video Converter. The $20 for 20 you pay $20 for a license. You have it for I think a month, and you then use that, and then you just take a weekend. Let the godforsaken application load. You go to download. You click multiple URLs, and you just go through all of your TikToks and just paste them here. Click download, and you go through the process of just re-uploading them. You download them all here, and you go through the process of re-uploading them all to YouTube. It is an arduous and annoying process, but I promise you, it'll do it. And if you don't care about your previous content, fuck it. Your TikTok's not gone yet. Make sure you post it. Now, here's the thing. I said in the intro that I was going to make sure that neurotypical people were going to have options. Here's where we're going to be. Here's where the difficulty is, because a lot of neurotypical folks I know have executive dysfunction, and sitting down to re-upload all their content is a nightmare. Functionally, here's what I'm going to ask. Here's the solution. Build your YouTube now. Build it now, and whenever you think to upload some shit to it, all you need to do is, if you haven't already if you don't already have this set up on your thingamadoohickey, is make sure that here at the bottom, it's a little hard to see because of my phone is deciding to be a fuckhead. There's a little point here that says save to device whenever you're going to go publish a video. Make sure you hit that, and whether or not you are using Google Drive or iCloud, make sure that the folder that those are saved to is always going forward is saved. That way, when TikTok inevitably gets banned, or even if it does, or if it inevitably does, you have your entire backlog saved, so that you can go into your Google Photos, you can go into your Google Drive, you can go into your iCloud, grab them, and re-upload them to YouTube. All of your long form video contents that they say, oh my God, YouTube is not built for vertical video. It's not built for that. Oh, my sweet summer child, you are wrong. YouTube is, because of the prevalence of TikTok, vertical video is now something that's a lot more well accepted on YouTube. Not by many. There's many old school heads that hate that shit with a burning passion of a white hot thousand suns, but we don't care about that. It's like Bob's Army. Who gives a crap? Functionally, at the end of the day, you can upload all of your content, no matter how long, to YouTube and still be ready to go. If you are a long form creator doing 10+ minute content, you're sold, you're safe. If you are a shorts creator who never makes a video longer than 10 seconds, you have a platform here. That is the kind of the breakdown. That is kind of some heads up and some qualifiers about some heads up that you need to know about YouTube. I did real quick. I do want to talk when you're uploading videos to YouTube. If it's a vertical format video and it's less than 60 seconds, it automatically becomes a short. You don't have to worry about that. You are able to go up here to the desktop and click upload normal videos, create posts, new playlists, podcasts. I'm going to have dedicated videos for the lives, for the posts, and for the podcast, because TikTok does have text posts. It does have community text posts like that you can use. We're going to go over that, and we're going to have a whole video for that too. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching this new series that we're doing. the TikTok transition workshop. I understand that this is a very difficult thing to do. This was kind of like the big meaty one. This is the big chunky one. Other ones are going to be a lot shorter than this, and they're going to be a lot more succinct. There's just a lot that needed to be covered as far as the video side is concerned, because vertical video and things of that nature are primarily the most important part of your platform. And I respect that. And I wanted to make sure that I was giving that the time it deserves. So, move on to the next video. Next up, we're going to be talking about live streaming and some of the changes YouTube recently made the week before this video series was made, and talking about some of the pros, cons, gains, losses of that, as well as the differences between TikTok live streaming and YouTube live streaming. We'll go on. We'll see you on the next one.